estrela renascerá. A janela tá aberta, a casa é sua, pode morar. Me falta alguém trazer prazer. Me falta alguém trazer prazer.
Bom dia, tudo bem? Hoje é sábado, and today's plan is to take advantage of low tide being about 2 hours from now, is to head south. I was cut off that way yesterday from the tide. And today I can already tell it's much lower. So we're going to head to Praia de Tambaba. Praia de Carapibus, I think it's how it's pronounced, then Tambaba. After that is Deus is God's fingers. And after that is Cacaneros, Praia de Cacaneros. I don't think we're going to make it that far today, because my plan after just maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to roll south is to drive down to Tambaba, Praia de Tambaba. That be about 15 minutes. 4 years ago, when I was here, I walked, and it took me 2 hours to get there. Totally worth it, mind you. 2 hours there, 2 hours back. But that was a chunk of the thing. So anyway, that's the plan. So yeah, 4 or 5 cars rolled in at some point yesterday, last night, not sure when. It's Saturday, so I'm guessing these construction on this place to my right, this residential place to my right, is gonna be kind of quiet. It's gonna happen today on a Saturday, we'll see. Really nice beach access right by my old posada. And we'll see what the beaches to the south look like compared to the north. I'll walk about the same distance or so by foot, and then we'll drive down, like a 15-minute drive down to Tambaba today. Not being a Saturday, it should be busy, obviously. Time-wise, I really don't know what to expect. I really don't know. I don't think there's going to be a traffic jam, but there could be tour buses. I think the last time I was down there was a weekday. It's pretty dead. We'll see. Anyway, today we're going to walk south while low tide is about 2 hours away. I can actually get there and back, and then we'll head to Tambaba later. Obviously, way too early for these guys to be thinking about setting up and selling stuff. Other than walking by Town Square last night towards the north, there's not much other than that, a few posadas once you get past town, there really isn't much. Here's a different story, especially once we round this bend to Praia de Carapibus. It's just posada hotel, and you'll see that. It's walking south is very different than walking north, unless you walk south 2 hours versus 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Very different. All right, just kind of strolling along, and you make that out. I'm sure that wall and that floor at one time was on top of ground. It just collapsed. So that whole thing about don't fight the tide, they're trying and losing. Yeah, they have this thing with mermaids here, like a local lore kind of superstition kind of a thing. They got this weird relationship with mermaids. You just see them everywhere. It's a beautiful stretch of beach, hey? I think the plan will be, I'll check my time, but just to reach the end of that spit there where Dedos de Deus, God's fingers, possessive, should be visible. And then after that would be Cacaneros, but that would be officially Tabatinga, Praia de Tabatinga. But you can see this is absolutely stunning right here. Nothing wrong with this view. Wow, there's some dude out there right now. That's crazy. Pescador. I was really just getting ready to say they don't allow buggies on the beach, and they don't here. You'll see buggies in town. They just take like the side streets because they allow buggies further south of here. the tide doesn't always allow for it, but there may or may not be some local ordinances against it. It's just about 8, and this is usually about the time I notice most of the beach barracas and vendors starting to get it set up for the day. The sun's been up for a little while, and people will slowly start to trickle out, and the earlier they can capture someone, especially get some drinks in them, the more likely they are to stay, which I've not seen anyone drinking yet. Maybe a record. It's 8 o'clock and I've not seen anyone drinking yet, but we're getting a little bit closer to that spit out there. That's cool. I remember that gross mustard colored monstrosity. Big hotel. Seja bem-vindo, Praia de Tabatinga. Very calm, and here you see the waves are just super gentle. Jumped in back there a little while ago, just like a perfect little swimming hole to not just get beat up. Nice to see a lot of signage for throw your trash away, take everything with you, keep the beaches clean, respect nature, keep it natural. It's always good to see. It seems to be working. I don't see really hardly any trash here at all, even like coconut husks. I don't even see those. This really is just a nice time of day. Barely 8 o'clock, and it just really is just so few people out here. Looks like they're trying to get a little palm started up there like they do down in Tambaba, which is pretty iconic. That shot of the coconut palm in the middle of that rock is the iconic shot of Tambaba. They're trying to tear a page out of their book with that up there as well. As you can tell already without getting even any closer, the surf here is really gentle. Nice little cove. There's some rocks just offshore which kind of break up those rips as well. So a really, really gentle, wide swath of beach right here. This is nice, but at high tide, tem problema. Mas agora mesmo sem problema. Right, that's it. Yeah, the scenery here is just so spectacular. It's just impressive. You have just about every color you can think of between the red rocks and the yellow sand and the white clouds, blue sky, green vegetation. You've got just about all the colors represented here. It's all equal. It's all colors have representation here. But yeah, very cool. They're easily, I may be grossly underestimating this. I would say a couple 100 feet tall, maybe as much as 300 feet tall. Scale is difficult to judge, but that's my best guess. There are some trees on top to give it some sense of scale, but they're dramatic, no doubt about that. All right, we're almost there. We're gonna hit this sign, which is a marker for Praia de Tambaba, and then we're gonna head on back and grab our stuff for our next mission of Tabatinga. All right, that's it. Que legal. Que legal. Quase. Chegamos. We have arrived. So to preserve the ambience should be for everyone. I agree. Concordo. I agree. The preservation of the natural beauty should be for everyone. Folks, man, it doesn't get much better than this. Man, there's 3 people on the beach. It's packed. Great shot. This is where you need a 360 camera right here. Nice. Nice. You know what? It's even a better viewpoint. This is where we're going to kind of stop today anyway. This is a spot right here. Pescadores. Yeah, that's beautiful. Another little spot right there. So down there's Tabatinga. After that is Cacaneros, God's finger. And we're going to stop here today. This is absolutely stunning. Oh, there's some people there actually. Didn't even notice them. Yeah, that's a nice little pool right there. It's very calm, very calm. The wind is really calm. There's almost zero wind right now. Maybe that's time of day or location, or I don't know, but boy, it was really whipping. Even last night, the wind was really strong. But right now, it's totally calm. Is it Caban, man? Caban? Are they selling ice cream already? He's probably just posting up, calling the shot.
shadow's getting short. You just lather on protector solar. You just gotta just cake on the sunscreen. I think we're like 4.5 degrees south latitude, so the sun's just like right there. It's like, oh, hello, sun. That's a big structure. Holy shit. What is that? Looks like a UFO landed. I did not see that walking from the other direction. Some kind of convention center? That's crazy. Oh, there's my cell phone tower. Wow, that's crazy. Huh. Well, all kinds of investment opportunities. Come on down here, folks, to Jacumã, and you can own your own little piece of paradise, and then when you're not here, just rent it out as an Airbnb. So there's the giant structure there, which I thought was like under construction, brand new. It's just dilapidated. One right over there, another giant structure, structures just dilapidated. Just that in their time must have been just grand. So I don't know, investors just get blood dry of money, costs just get overrun and they just abandon it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure the whole real estate game down here is an interesting animal to try and figure out. This has certainly receded a bit since I passed through here even an hour or so ago. Straight ahead, those white tarps and tents. That's the square where I was last night. Had some great espadinho, had some macaxeira, was like a soup form of macaxeira, and a caipirinha, which, well, that hit me hard. After one of those, that's all I needed. But it was so good. Yeah, that's where I was earlier. I'm not too far away from my place yet, and it's probably I'll head there again tonight. There was live music there last night. A lot of people showing up, and they won't be there till, like, there's not really going to be any action going till 7 o'clock. Really, that's getting there earlier. You're just not going to catch it all. There's vendors are still rolling in at that point, so that'll be tonight. Kind of back at my home base, the irony here. So straight ahead was a Praia, it's Praia do Sol now, and actually directly above that posada, or directly above and behind it, is where I'm staying now. I would have stayed there again, but boy, looking at that Airbnb place for $23 US dollars a night was just a steal. Posada Camenco is great. I did love that balcony, made for great time lapse. There's the little town square ahead, and this little natural pool. I wonder if it's the same water that I ran into just north of Praia do Amor. I don't know, I'm not certain. Now I'll say it, but this is generally my comings and goings area, my kind of the place where I go in, go out. It's the best place for it, and it's not too far from camp. All right, that's it. Okay, vamos lá, Praia de Tambaba, perto daqui. Yeah, it's only about 15 minutes.
Turn left onto PB008.
Yep, will do. Heading there. Wait, Mrs. Google's English is amazing. Parabéns, Senora Google. Parabéns. These speed bumps will wreck you. That was the nice thing about that little Fiat Toro I had last time, is I could hit those speed bumps doing like 40, 45 km, no problem. It would take it. The suspension in this is much different. It's classified as a small SUV or compact SUV, but that Toro would easily handle those speed bumps. That it's 10 now, I guess my expectation is that I should see about the same level of traffic or people at Tambaba than I did, back in Jacumã. Most Posada hotel breakfasts wind up starting at 7 at the absolute earliest, sometimes 7:30, and roll right through 10. And so generally Brazilians are not in a hurry to get up and get out. And then they're going to kind of lay around, whatever. They're leaving early, no. So I don't know. I don't know what my expectation is. I guess if I had to guess, my assumption is that I'm going to skew earlier than most, but we'll see. I want to make sure I get an easy parking spot. Don't get blocked in either. I got to keep that in mind. One of the nice things about having someone drive you is you can kind of look around and see. And I don't have that. I'm kind of glad this guy's going a little slower, though he's going too slow for my taste even. This thing just has no get up to it. Well, that's not a bad view. I was gonna attempt to stop up there. That's just not practical. I'm gonna grab me a spot. I can always walk back up here, but people just, they didn't want to. Boy.
see.
I'm glad I passed the lookout. Just you got to grab a spot. I know there's some spots down there. I'm not going to take my chances. He was really 5 reais. Gosh, I mean, a place like this, they're charging $1 to park. In my units of currency, anyway. We're going to grab a shot of this. The view up top here is breathtaking. I can see why people were just slamming on their brakes to get a shot. But that's my permanent spot for the day, and although I'll probably leaving, I could get a check out. But all right, I'll be back. I forget the name. I think maybe it's not Tambaba. I don't remember the name of this beach. I remember distinctly walking back and just not seeing anyone. There was one fisherman guy on a rock a few years ago, and same thing. I see one person. That's got to be 2 miles, if not more, maybe 4 miles of beach, and I see one individual there, and that's why I'm spoiled. Spoiled because I come here. All right, there's a strange noise coming from this bush, so I'm not going to linger. That's where I pulled in earlier. That's a nice little lookout up there. I think this is the better spot. We'll see if I make it there or not today. I'd like to walk more south, but all right, let's go to Praia de Tambaba. Okay. I distinctly remember this from last year. There's a couple tour buses. Jiva was popular in Natal as well. Remember there was a grumpy old man here that kiosk. He was kind of a jerk to me a few years ago, and I'll never forget that. He's probably dead by now, but yeah, he was just a grumpy old man. Yeah, this is like a day trip for a lot of tour excursions and things. Not crazy, I'm sure it gets tons busier. It probably was the last time I was here as well too. But that ocean is just a beautiful turquoise shade of greenish blue. And it's always good to see some clouds, because otherwise you just get smoked otherwise. This place looks just a little different than, 4 hours ago, maybe, I was here, or so, nice and menos. I think it's like, it's almost maybe 3 right now. I'm gonna have to edit that out, otherwise YouTube is gonna drop the censorship on me. I'm getting my first strike. What's nice is I can just drive home. I don't have to, I've not checked to see if we got a signal. Last time I couldn't get a signal here, which you can't get an Uber if you don't have a signal. It's also obscenely expensive as well, but yeah, 15 minutes I'll be back. And spending the day at the beach is not easy. I can see why most Brazilians go home and just crank up the AC and flop down for a few hours before getting up at the crack of 7 at night and going to find some food. Que vida dora. All right, that's it.
Uma foto.
Boogies, boogies, boogies. See my parking buddy still here. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Yeah, that's him right there. So not only did Fiat steal my 300's key fob, They stole my 300's door handle. Okay. Unlock whatever. And they stole my driver controls. So it's like, come on, Fiat. Couldn't come up with that stuff on your own. This worked out well. I got no one in front of me. So pulling a Yui should be easy. All right, it's a really nice view back into town. Wow, you can see Jacumã from here. Wow, you can, I mean, you can't in the camera, I'm sure, but just to the left, you can see some of the skyscraper residences. Wow, it's amazing. Hola, boa noite. Night number 2 here in Jacumã, and after making my water and cheese run after an amazing day at Tambaba Beach, man, time flew by. I didn't get that nap in. That was a goal, and I didn't get that nap in. But it's 6, so it's early for most of the food. I'm gonna see. I noticed a woman cutting hair yesterday, and I'm gonna see if I can get a haircut. Challenge myself. And if she messes it up, I don't really care. I'm just gonna wear a hat anyway. But I'm gonna see if she's open, and if not, I'm just gonna kind of hang out and kill time until the food gets open. I gotta meet up with my macaxeira friends and my caipirinha friends. Okay, I just saw the giant. This is the biggest frog I've ever seen in my life. Look at this thing. Oi, that's my hand. Jesus, dude, you're as big as my foot.
Sozinho, esperando você chegar. A janela tá aberta, a casa é sua. Pode